and welcome to Old Time Knits. This is episode 40. My name is Marie, and I'm coming to you from central New Hampshire. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Old Time Knits. This is my channel where I share all of my love for all of the knitty goodness and all of the yarns and fibers and spinning and all of the other fun stuff to make. So if this sounds like something you would enjoy, then come on in and let's get started. Okay, I'm so happy to be here today. I didn't know if I was going to make it here. It's crazy for me as well as everybody else that I know. In America, we are about to celebrate Thanksgiving. And so it gets a little nutty this time of year, but it's all good. And I have quite a bit to share with you today. I have four finished objects, a couple of works in progress, a little bit of spinning, and some talk about the New England Fiber Fest. And I do have a giveaway for this episode. And that is it, I think. Have some lifey stuff at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. And in case I forget to say, everything that I talk about will be linked in the show notes down below, and all of my project pages. So if you have questions on projects that you see me talk about, then you can either leave a comment down below, or you're welcome to check out the Ravelry page. I usually keep up pretty good with my Ravelry, so hopefully that helps you. All right, two of the finished objects I do not have with me today. And also, before I get started, just want to say that my cat Molly is here. She could be a little bit of a pest. She's already starting. We just got talking and here she comes, but I hope you don't mind. She'll probably be joining us. All right, my first finished object is hot off the needles, and it is a project that I did for my daughter. We visited a yarn store together and she saw this as a sample and asked me if I could make her one, and she is incredibly knit-worthy, so yes. So here it is. Oh, it's a little bit crumpled, sorry. This is the Ramona pullover. I hope you can see it. I think so. By Elizabeth Smith Knits. And it is a basic top-down raglan with some broken rib detail on the cuffs and the neckline, and then again on the bottom hem. What a lovely little knit this was. I like her patterns. I have done quite a few of her patterns for sample knits, and that's how I found her. So let me, I do have some notes here, I'm sorry. I used a US size 10.5 millimeter needle. I used a US 10.5, 6.5 millimeter. It's already starting. And I used, that was for the main body, and then a US 9 for the ribbing. The yarn that I used is a new to me yarn, and it is from the Fiber Company, and it is called And Make. It is an Aran weight, and it's a 50-50 wool and alpaca blend, and this is the colorway Aquaman. There's 164 yards on 100 grams. So Aran weight. So this really went so quickly, so quickly. It is a little bit large on me, so I opted not to try it on, but it will fit her perfectly. I did have her she did try it on when I split for the sleeves, because I was, when you're making a sweater, you want to make sure that it's gonna fit. And it fit her beautifully, so I can't wait to get that to her, and she's gonna love it. So yeah, that is my first finished object. This is beautiful yarn, and it's very drapey for being a little bit thicker. You see the drape on it here. Lovely yarn, really, really nice yarn. I would definitely use it again. So that is finished object number 1. All right, finished object number 2 is a pair of socks. Oh shoot, I forgot a sock blocker, sorry. These were my car knitting, and I did finish them. I have 2 of them. Here we go. These are a DK weight sock, and I use a US 3.25 millimeter needle, and I did not do a contrasting heel. It just happened to work out that way, which is kind of cool how it fell. I used a 48 stitch count and 35 rounds on the leg, heel flap and gusset, and then I don't know how many rounds on the foot, 40, 45 for my big foot. I did a very simple texture pattern. It's 3 rounds of regular knitting and a round of knit 3, purl 1. My cat just jumped up in my lap. Here she is. You gonna get up there? Okay, don't be pesty now. Don't be pesty. She wants to know who I'm talking to. I always do, most of my socks are done DK. I do not have a pattern. It's just what I have learned and how I have, gotten my comfort zone around it. The yarn that I used is Tall Pine Yarn Company. She had a little stitch progress keeper attached to this. It is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 245 yards. So there's no colorway on this band, but I did not have all that much left. So this is a good size. This is a woman's US size 11, 12 because I have big foot. So you can really get a good size sock out of a 100 gram skein, 246 yards on this one. And there really was not much left at all. And I didn't do anything contrasty. So, you just have to probably shorten the leg a little bit if you want to do any bigger foot than that. That's about maxing it out. There wasn't much left at all. So, yeah, so those are for me. I gotta put them in my sock drawer. Actually, I have, I'm in need of a few more because I wear them every day and I don't, don't always get to wash quickly enough. So, okay. And the next couple of projects excuse me, I do not have with me, but I do have some video footage of them. And, I wanted to talk about them. The first one was a sample that I did for my local yarn store, which is the Elegant U in Concord, New Hampshire. And this was a vest, and it's called Hyacinth by Elizabeth Smith Knits. I used a US 6 4 millimeter for the body and a US 5 for the ribbing. I used a yarn called Plymouth Yarn Sonnet, and it is a combo of 60% merino, 20% bamboo, and 20% nylon in the colors copper and mulberry. It is a bottom-up construction to the armholes, and then you work each front separately, and then the back separately, and you do a 3 needle bind off at the shoulders. And then you go back and pick up two separate fronts. I can't remember on that one. No, you go up and around the whole neckline. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember it. I don't have it in front of me, so that makes it a little difficult. And then you go back up and do, pick up around the arms and do a little bit of ribbing there. This is a lovely knit. I really like her patterns. Like I said, I've done a few of hers, and that Ramona pullover that I just showed is also hers. And she has very clear and concise instructions, and I like the way her patterns are very understandable, very beginner friendly, and yeah, she's a great designer. I really enjoy her patterns. I brought that to my yarn store and they were so happy about it. So that was good to have that off. That is like a fingering weight yarn, so that took me quite a bit longer than I had anticipated, and I kind of got I don't know, I was getting like, it was starting to get to be drudgery, so I had to just hyper focus on it and get it done. It was beautiful when it was all said and done. It blocked beautifully, and yeah, so that is another finished object. And then the other one that I want to talk about that all of you have been probably waiting to hear. Sorry, got a hair. About is my mohair cardigan. So I have some video footage. I will insert it. This is it is the Elements cardigan by Minimi Knit Design. I used a US 10 6mm for the body and a US 9 5.5 for the bands, the hemline, and what do you call them? The cuffs. It is a top-down raglan construction using 4 strands of mohair held together. The pattern has purl ridges throughout, but I opted not to do them. I was originally going to knit this for myself, but my daughter would just not let it go. She's the knit-worthy one. She just kept saying how much she liked it and how beautiful it was, and so I gifted it to her. We a few days ago had Thanksgiving at her house a little early, and I brought it with me for her, and she was thrilled. It was beautiful. So I used 4 different colors. All of the information is on my Ravelry page of the brands that I used, but I used like a pale yellow, a pale blue, a rosy color pink, and then a, I don't know, like a tobacco color or a golden color. And nobody expected it to be the color combination that it came out, but I was so proud of it when it was all done, and it was a great knit, and you know, it turned out beautiful. I would probably not have had enough yarn to make long sleeves on that. Hey Molly, what are you doing? To make long sleeves on it, and it was a little more croppy than I would have liked it. Croppy, is that a word? Cropped than I would have liked it, but my daughter did not mind, so she was over the moon with it. I don't have a picture of her in it yet either, but eventually I hope to get a picture, but I hope you got the gist of it from the video. So yeah, so that is, yeah, that's, nope, I have one more finished object, sorry. So in the last video, you guys were all so responsive to my talking about my mama. She's a very special woman, and she's super special to me. We shared a lot of our life together with her as an older adult as well. She lived with us for about 18 years, and she was just fun. We did gardening together. We shared a lot of memories together, as well as my childhood memories. But anyway, so she's the person who taught me to knit, and I think I said that before, but y'all were so in love with the Mama Wants to Knit Some Scarves stories, and that just made me feel so good. So we're on a mission to knit 2 scarves, one for Annabelle, my granddaughter Annabelle, and one for my granddaughter Eloise. And so we have one done. So here it is. This is just a scarf that I made up, and Mama wanted it really, really long so that when they grow up, they can have it always. And it's really, really long, keeps on going and going. And here's Mama's end. Isn't it fun? So this is actually a gradient yarn. I don't know if you're going to be able to see the difference on camera, but you can see it in person. Oh yeah, you can. So Mama's is the lighter color, and mine is the darker color. And she did this so quickly. So I knit all the way to here, and then she just knit this. I was a little concerned because she hasn't knit for so many years that maybe her hands would bother her. Or she would have cramping in her hands, but she didn't have any problem. She whipped that up in like no time at all. She did a couple rows a day, and then she called me up and was all excited to tell me that she was done. So that is the first one, and we are currently, I have given her the second one, and she just informed me that she has it finished, so I just have to get it from her. So I did not, like I said, did not have a pattern. I used a US size 10 6mm needle, and I cast on 21 stitches, and just kind of made up. I did a little bit of broken rib. Sorry, a little bit of broken rib and garter sections, just so that it wasn't all garter. It does tend to curl in on itself a little bit, but I don't think it matters. The girls are not going to care. They are going to be so excited that this is the case that, Grammy and Gigi together made them scarves. So that is so fun. Anyway, the yarn that I used was Karen. I bought a inexpensive acrylic so that it would be washable in the Colorama Halo. And this is the color Bluestone Frost. It is 100% acrylic. So anyway, one down, one to go. I do have a picture of Mama. I have a couple of pictures of Mama with it, and so I will share those so that you can see her. She was mighty proud and very excited to be able to do this for them, and I was just thrilled. So yeah, so that is the we'll call that a half finished object, since we have another one that I don't have in my possession yet. So when I get that, I will share that too, and we are really excited to gift those to the girls. They're really gonna enjoy that. So all right, okay, so I'm going to move on to works in progress. I do not have a lot on the needles currently. I just finished up the Ramona, and I have finished a couple of gift knits that I cannot share until after Christmas. So that's what's been taking up all my time. So I just cleared some needles, and that's exciting because now I'll be able to do some casting on. Crazy casting on, probably. I'm really excited to cast a few things on. I don't really know what yet because I haven't had time to catch my breath, but I probably won't be able to do too much till after Thanksgiving. It's getting really, really busy. So, all right, here is the first one. This is my car knitting. It's a sock. This is part of my 12 skeins of stripy DK that in July I pulled them out and decided I wanted to work through them, and I was hopeful that I would get through them all before the end of the year, but it's not likely, and that's okay too. It was just a fun little thing to do. And some of them that I have knit, most of them are for holiday gifts. So anyway, this is skein number 6, maybe. I think I have it in my project page that this is skein number 6. So these are a pair of DK socks, 48 stitches, 35 rounds on the leg. Heel flap and gusset, and I'm on my way to the toe. And these are a gift knit for my sister for Christmas. So I need to get going because this is the first one and I need to do the second one. But look at this color. Isn't this great? It really is really nice. So this is, I'm on a US 3.25 millimeter needle, and this is Nicole Mendez, who I have a lot of hers, or did have. I've knit through a lot. And this is her soft sock DK, 80% virgin wool and 20% nylon in her Spooky Town color. She has very nice yarn. Hers is a little more thinner DK, if you will. This is like 284 yards, probably closer to a sport weight, but I still do them on my 3.25 millimeter needles. And they're really just fine. I don't treat them any different, and I don't adjust my needle size. So yeah, that has been my car knitting, which we've been in the car a lot, but I haven't had really a whole lot of time to knit. It's been in and out of the car probably more. So that is my first work in progress. And then my second work in progress is something that's very different, and very unusual for me. But I saw a sample in a yarn store. My daughter and I visited a place called Spinning Yarns in Dover, New Hampshire. And the other place was, we went to Smitten Yarn Company, and I'm sorry, it was actually Smitten that I saw this at. And I saw this pattern, saw the sample, and you know how when you see a pattern and you're like, I need that pattern with that yarn. That's what this was. So this is the Veronika, and it is by Shannon. And it is I don't know what you call it. It's a cardigan. I would say like a cocoon style cardigan. I'm going to show you one more picture here. And this is the back. And I just thought it would be so fun to have this mostly here for me in my house. Just to snuggle down in. I'm going to show you one more picture here. Kind of snuggle up on the couch. It has a very unusual construction, and it is seamed together here. So I have it started, and here it is. So it is started on a lower front, and this is the neck, the whole front band and the collar, and it's gaining width as you knit up. Yeah, so I think it's just very cool. I hope that you can see that. So the yarn that I'm using is, this is what the sample was knit in, Sandisgarn Cos or Cos, and it is a wool, wool. It is 62% alpaca, 9% wool, and 26% nylon. And this is what the sample was knit in a brown color. What's this color? I don't know if it's just a number. 6064, I think, is the color number. There's no name on it. But anyway, it's really fuzzy, really soft. And it's almost like an unspun, but not. But it is really knitting up nice, and I love the color. Love, love, love the color. Very easy knitting, not hard to figure out at all. And in general, it looks like the pattern's going to be very easy to manage. So yeah, so that was a really fun knit. And I said to my daughter, I don't know, I'm not sure. And she said, well, if you don't like it when it's all done, I will love it. So that is my backup insurance, if you will, that it's a worthwhile thing to knit. I think I'm going to really like it. I don't know that I would actually wear it outside of the home. I might, but it's more, all I can think of is a wintertime snuggle down, snuggle up on a chilly day thing to wear, which is great. And I don't have no place to go to be fancy, so all right, that is the only other work in progress I have on the needles. Sorry, trying to reach some things here. But again, I will be casting on some things once I get through the busy Thanksgiving thing here. I will do that. All right, and then I'm going to share some spinning with you. I did do a spin recently. I went to the New England Fiber Fest, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But I purchased from Into the Whirled, and this is a Faulkland, and the color is Mud Bogs and Moonshine. And I spun it up, and I couldn't stop spinning it once I started. And here it is. It's so beautiful. Muddy, mucky, murky, all the things. So yeah, I was pretty happy with the spin. I feel like my plies might be a little loose on this one, but you know, I just keep doing it and keep learning, and I don't care. I don't care. I love it. I love it. I love the spinning so much, and it's just so meditative and relaxing that I don't care. I'm not in this to strive for perfection, but I do feel like I don't do a half bad job, and it works for me. So that was a really lovely, they were lovely people. Their booth was beautiful, and they have a lot of the deeper, darker, moodier tones. And I had not spun Faulkland before, so I did ask them about it. They were very helpful, and they said it was a great choice for a newer spinner. And I was really glad that I got that. That was really beautiful. It spun up really fast. I was kind of obsessed with it. So yes, I did get that, and so that was my spinning project. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Doesn't matter to me. I don't have to have a purpose for everything I'm doing. So, all right, hang on 1 second. Let me see what else I got. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the Fiber Festival of New England, which is held in Springfield, Massachusetts, and it was the first weekend in November. I've never been to this show before, but have heard nice things about it. It was absolutely wonderful. It was not overcrowded. You could shop, you could make sensible decisions. You could really get into booths. You had a chance to talk to, you know, the vendors themselves. It was just lovely. It was a beautiful sunny day, and Hubs and I took a ride together, and we had a lovely time. And I saw, I bumped into Olivia, who has her own podcast. She's a knitter and a crocheter. She's also a librarian. And here is what she gave me. I thought she was funny to have her she has a podcast here on YouTube. I will link her down below. And she gave me a little stitch marker. So it's Yarn Stories with Olivia is her podcast. I will link her down below. She's a Spitfire. We had a great time. We did a little silly photo shoot together. And so that was really fun to be able to connect with her. And then I was able to connect with our Connecticut guys, Needles at the Ready, Kevin and Ray. I put in a picture here. We chit-chatted for a few minutes, and I have to say that I think I probably could have just sat down on a couch somewhere and dished with these guys for hours. They are so kind, and they were so easy to talk to. I talked to Kevin quite a bit about spinning, and you know, Ray is just as sweet as can be. The two of them, they were just, you didn't feel funny about asking if you could, you know, have a picture with them, and you have so much to talk about and so much in common. They're lovely. I tower over both of them in my 6''ness, and Olivia too. Olivia was surprised by how tall I am. You don't realize it when I'm sitting down all the time. But anyway, so we had a great time visiting with both of them. And again, I'll link all of them down below. And then I did some purchases. And the first purchase that I did, honestly, I'm really kicking myself because I did not get the name of the vendor or the booth. But I was so in love with this. It's a little Christmas tree with color work on it. Oh, I have no idea who the vendor was. It's just so sweet. And this was the last one. So I scuffed that up. That was my first purchase of the day. And then we worked our way around all of the booths. It was very casual, very chill, no rushing, no crowds, it was really, really nice. So, and I did purchase a couple of skeins of DK yarn. There they are. I got a nice red one. I don't have a pair of Christmas socks. That's a lie. I have a couple pair of Christmas socks. I don't have a pair of red socks. So anyway, this is a really nice red. It really looks a little bit brighter on screen than it does in person. And then I got this one also because this is their show color. So the company is Robin's Promise Yarn Company. And this is called Two Sparrows DK, and it's for $75.25. And this is 245 yards to 100 grams in the New York State of Fall colorway. Look at that. So beautiful. She was so fun. She's sassy. Honestly, I don't know her name. Is it Robin? I don't know. She's out of Williamsburg, Virginia. And they had a lovely booth. It was really hard to choose. So yeah, so that was the two skeins that I bought. And then I purchased a needle case. Here it is. And this is for crochet hooks. Because and it rolls up. It rolls all up like this. Wraps around itself. Of course, I can't get it to quite do it. Wraps around itself and hooks so that it's a compact case. I didn't really actually do a very good job of that, sorry. But it is a crochet case and it holds 10 to 20 hooks is what it says. So the company is Crippen Works, and they are on Etsy. I will link them down below. It says created from fabric remnants and the button box, a unique line of cases and bags to keep your knitting and crochet supplies organized and looking spiffy. Very nicely made, very, very nice quality. So my daughter is a crocheter, and so she will love this. And I really should have probably purchased one. Here's their tag, Crippen Works. I probably should have purchased one for myself. My crochet hooks are just in a dumb box. Whatever. It's all about getting things organized sometimes, and down the road. And I did purchase that Into the Whirled that I spun. That was one of my other purchases. And then I have two more things that I purchased. And these are from Dirty Girl Yarn. Cracked me up. She's all sassy. She's from Vermont. I think her name is Heidi. Yes, Heidi. So I purchased a couple of braids of fiber, and here's the first one. So pretty, right? So pretty. So this is Rambouillet, and the color is Chris. So I can't wait to see what that spins up like. That really was my goal when I was going to this fiber festival, was to be able to get a few things to spin. I certainly don't lack in the yarn department. All right, here is the next one. This one doesn't have a color on it, but it's just a whole braid of blues. Same thing, Rambouillet. Beautiful. Can't wait to spin it. So I am prepping for my nesting stage for the winter coming up. So yeah, so that was all that I purchased. It was a lovely day. The husband and I really enjoyed the whole day from start to finish. You know, we got up in the morning and had breakfast together, and you know, it was all this big to do about making it special. We did not get there till about 1:30 in the afternoon, and I really liked that there was no crowds, no lines, and there was nothing that I needed to stampede for if that was in fact going to be the case, which it wasn't. So, and Kevin and Ray had both said that it's one of their favorite festivals to go to for that reason, and that they do get to share and meet people and, you know, really think about what you want to purchase and really get a look at so many different vendors. There were so many good vendors there. And I just, you know, was on a mission for mostly fiber and was happy to find both of those vendors that I found because, you know, one is in Vermont for sure. I can order from her. I think they both have online ordering. So yes, that was a lovely day. And at the end of the day, of all things, we went and bought our Christmas tree. This is the first time in my life I've ever had just an artificial tree and not had a real one. It's here behind me. It's pretty nice. I never thought I would be just an artificial tree girl. I used to be all about the trees and all of that, but nobody sees it. That sounds so bad. No, it's just the two of us, and I don't even have it decorated yet because we just put it up. But I also decorated my mantle. But that's about it for me. You know, I'm not going to get too carried away this year. But we had a great time going and picking up the tree and all of that. So that was super fun. Okay, and next up, I do have a giveaway for this episode. Hang on. You guys are so amazing. I'm always so grateful to have this little small group of people that time and time again come back and watch, and you're all so passionate about all of the fiber and everything I talk about, and you're always so willing to make sure to give a like and comment, and I feel like I've gotten to know so many of you because you know, we interact. So I just wanted to show my appreciation. And last time I mentioned the one person who continuously dislikes every video I make. And I was a bit annoyed by it, but in the end, it doesn't matter because you guys really make it so awesome. And I just love it so much. It really just thrills me to be able to look at your comments and see what's going on and all of that. So anyway, I'm going to do a giveaway because why not? Let's share the joy. So let's see, what have I got here? Okay, so I have a little project bag, and it is a peppermint hot chocolate bag, and it is from my fave, Little Robin Cottage, and it is a snap closure, which I really like these because sometimes if you're doing like a 2 at a time project, you can snap it in the middle and pull your yarns from either side, and then you don't have to worry about a zipper. But it is a box bottom, and it has such cute lining in it. This is a, I would guess a 1 skein project. Let's see. Right? Like a little more than a 1 skein. It's a great sock bag. And I thought to go with it. You guys know that my fave, over and over again, I have said it, is DK socks. So I'm putting a DK skein of yarn with this bag. This is Rose Hill Yarns, whom I love. In her DK weight, it's 245 yards. It's 75.25, and it's in the double chocolate colorway. Look at that. Beautiful, right? Deep dark chocolatey brown. So I thought it just was so appropriate to stick it along with the bag since we're on the chocolate mode. So if you want to be entered to win, just comment down below and tell me what you're working on, or comment anything. And you'll be entered to win, and I will do a random comment generator the next time I'm here. But isn't this bag so cute? Look at it. Lattes, peppermints, and donuts. Lacey makes a very, very nice quality bag. I have several of her bags. So yeah, if you would like to be entered to win, just leave a comment down below. Anything. Yeah. So I will draw that in the next episode. Okay, a little bit of lifey information. And I also wanted to share a podcast that is not knitting related, but I don't know. I just really like her. She's a little homesteader. She's a mother of 8 children. Whoa, that's double what I had. But she's really chill, and you know, she's a go-getter. She gets things done. So the name of her channel is called Farmhouse on Boone, and her name is Lisa. And she's she does a lot of cooking and baking, and you know, homesteading involves really making a lot of stuff from scratch. And she just recently put out a cookbook on sourdough baking. I never jumped on the sourdough bandwagon, but it's always fascinated me, and I think at this point in my life, I'd like to try it and see what it's all about. I don't know. I miss the kitchen. I love baking. And so that really is the aspect of cooking that I enjoy the most. So I thought I might give it a whirl, and look forward to maybe doing some of that over the winter here. I am scheduled to go have my other hip replaced. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I had one done way back. I was scheduled last fall to have the second one done, but then hubby had his escapade, and I got bumped. So I am scheduled shortly after Thanksgiving to go in and have my hip replaced. I cannot wait to have it off my plate. I am not in pain, but it needs to be done. And so now's the time. Let's get it done, get it over with. So I am gathering all this nesting stuff in preparation for a little hibernation, which is why I said that, you know, I gathered some fiber. I have some investigating to do to maybe cast on some projects. I'm just looking so forward to having a little downtime, having some slowdown, and just really treasuring my making. And so I'm hoping to get back in the kitchen, and I thought it would be a fun time to dive into sourdough. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I have no idea, but what the heck, why not? I thought I would try it. So I did purchase her cookbook because I really, really like her. I will link her podcast down below. Not that she needs me to link her or anything, but it's just really interesting. It might not be for you, but she's very calm. She's not a spazzy person, and I think that's what holds the appeal. And she's very sensible. She's not radical in any way, and I really, really like her. So if you get a chance to check her out, please do so. And so I don't know when I will be back. I'm hoping that, you know, I will see you all before Christmas. So, yeah. I wish everybody a very nice Thanksgiving if you celebrate that, all my US people. And thank you all again I say it every time and it just sounds probably obnoxious, but I really do mean it. Your comments and your caring and the people who have reached out to me and, sent me emails and sent me comments and found me on Instagram. I can't believe that I have this community, and I just so look forward to coming here and chit-chatting with you. So I look forward to seeing you on the other side of the surgery with hopefully a couple of finished objects and a whole bunch of cast-ons, maybe some sourdough bread. Thank you everybody so much. I'm going to wrap it up. Take care. Happy knitting. Bye.